Why a drastic drop in all keywords except for brand keywords? What is the solution sequence? So someone asked us in our Facebook group before, and honestly, I just feel kind of bad because it's such a this is probably happening to so many people right now, right? So many people's websites are just getting destroyed. Maybe they didn't even really know what they were doing. Maybe they weren't using spamming AI content. They didn't, they just had a website and it was getting traffic and now it's getting destroyed by Google, right? Um, so the first thing I would do if your website is losing a bunch of traffic is, and I'll just pull up this in Ahrefs because that's what site we were looking at earlier, so it's convenient. It's not a site we have any kind of affiliation with. Someone was just asking about this website for some reason, and it wasn't their website either. But yeah, anyway, if you can see over here around, where's the helpful content update? It's September right here. September's helpful content update. See how this line coincides very well with where traffic kind of started going down a bit more heavily. This would be the first thing I would be looking at if you're starting to lose a bunch of traffic and keywords and stuff like that. See if there's any algorithm updates that coincide with like right around the date where you started losing traffic. Google algorithm. If you don't have Ahrefs, you can also, there's a bunch of places where you can go and look at like the history of algorithm updates. Well, they'll have all the dates and what the name of the update was and kind of like what the update was about and stuff. So, if your traffic started getting lost right around any of these dates, then um, yeah, there's a good chance that you got hit by whatever that update was, and you can kind of dive in a little bit more deeply from there. If you're asking this question recently, I'm assuming that you got hit by either the September helpful content update or the March 2024 core update, which also includes helpful content now as well. And there was also a spam update released on the same date. And this one is actually still rolling out. So, this is March 2024, but we're in April 24th now, and it's actually still rolling out. I don't think there's ever been an algorithm update that's lasted for this long. But yeah, it's still
Well,
going. So, and it looks like this site got hit by both of them, which happened to a lot of sites. A lot of sites that got hit by the first HCU also got hit by the second HCU or the March core update, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, that'd be the first place I look. Actually, I guess the first place I would look to see would be to see if you have any manual actions. Go into Google Search Console and see if you actually have any manual actions listed in there saying, hey, we gave you a penalty because of this. Because a lot of these sites, like over here, that got hit by HCU, they won't actually have a penalty in there. It won't be a manual action. It'll actually be hit by the algorithm. And if that happens, you won't have something notifying you in Search Console. They just make you try to figure it out on your own, right? Um, Other than those things, that's what I'd really be looking at. But to be completely honest, it might take someone with a bit more know-how to go in and like audit stuff. Auditing and figuring out why a website has lost rankings can be one of the harder things to do. Um, there's just a bunch of different data points. There's a bunch of stuff to look through, and it's hard to tell exactly what because there's nothing telling you the answer, right? It's kind of like detective work and trying to get like best guesses or estimates based on your experience, right? Um, but yeah, what do you got on this, Nick?
um, yeah, it's rough, especially for people maybe just getting started within the last like few months. They got some traction and now they're in the dumps. If you are still, if your brand is still, ranking for at least brand search terms, then you're not completely de-indexed. 1 second.
While Nick's doing that, I guess I could also pull up this old article we've got over here. Just some stuff, starting at the top, some stuff you look through. Manual actions, the first thing I talked about. Then you got algorithm updates. Check out your site structure, your content. Like, how are you doing your content? Is it AI spam? Is it generic? Are you regurgitating what's in the top 10? Those are some big things to look at right now, especially with the new updates. So you can see if your site's got hacked. See if your site's not indexed. The way you could check that is you do site colon sir links a lot.co. This will show you, got this many results in the search index, meaning that, basically if it says like 0 or 1 or something, then your site's been de-indexed, which is really bad. Google's just like basically taking it off the internet. Um, WordPress updates, losing backlinks, anchor text over optimization, of course. If you have like a really spammy link profile, check for some negative SEO. There's a lot of talk right now with these links going around that at the end of the link it'll say k.html, and they're normally linking to a bunch of like images in general. But a lot of people are talking about these for some reason. I've seen some sites that have been hit that I've audited that had them as well, that were lost all their rankings. So are these things a big problem? I'm not sure. In my mind, I want to say that I feel like Google just ignores this stuff, but so many people are talking about it lately, and actually people that I really respect as well. So something to look out for because it's kind of just popped over the last couple of months or something. Look at your like technical SEO. Could do an audit with like Screaming Frog, pull up your technical SEO, make sure there's not a bunch of issues in there. Or if you got Ahrefs, I think they have a little tool in there as well. I'll never use that one though. Um, Guessing competition's not the case if you're only ranking for brand stuff now. Dual content. Anyway, you can go check out this article on our website. It's called Google Rankings Dropped Dramatically. You search the links a lot for that and see if there's any ideas in there for you. What do you got next? Sorry about that.
Are you good? Yeah, just I guess if you're here right now, one of the main questions that I would ask myself if I was you is what could I have possibly done wrong? And typically that's, especially if you're newer, where did I cut corners? I would say with this last algo update, heavily based on content, were you using kind of spammy AI content? Were you just getting 500-word articles written for just about anything without actually looking up what's ranking and about how, um, lengthy that article needed to be in order to compete with the top 10, things like that. On the backlink side, where were you procuring backlinks from? What kind of backlinks were you buying? Were you doing the $5.99 for 300 plus links on Fiverr? Things like that. Or were you sourcing quality backlinks? But if you just, start there and make a T-chart kind of what you did maybe right and what you think you did wrong, and then start going down that rabbit hole, especially with the resources that Chris just told you about, you should be able to over time, kind of break down what you might need to work on. Now, I will say that, historically, I've always said there's no project that, you can't recoup.
Until
But
now.
especially lately, I feel like some people have overblown too much of this stuff, especially with like the low quality content, building out sites, in a short period of time. Uh, maybe it is kind of getting to the point where sometimes you need to scrap and start over. So I don't know how long you've been working on this thing, but first off, try and get through and audit it and see what you can break down. But if not, don't be scared to kind of start back over with higher quality guidelines and move from there.
Yeah. So yeah, just to add one more thing, what Nick was talking about, there's been no confirmed real recoveries from HCU or the second HCU, the March core update yet. So do we think this will last forever? No, I think they're gonna. I don't think it's fair for them to penalize the website forever. I think that's kind of crazy. But I think they're just trying to show like a really strong front right now, being like, stop effing around with content spam because they don't know how to deal with it otherwise. So they're just going like really hard and making it, no one wants to lose their rankings for an indefinite amount of time. Whereas before, you could get a manual penalty or get any kind of and get hit by an algorithm, and it was like, oh, we can recover, we can fix this. It might take some time, but you
Yeah.
can fix it. But as far as right now goes, no one's been able to fix it quite yet. So a little bit of a different time. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.